All right, we're back.
Yes.
Thanks for doing another one of these talks of yours and bringing these valuable concepts to my audience. Today, I think we'd like to talk about um, the whole concept of social proof. And there's one of my favorites which works like wonders. I've not seen anybody do it, so I think it's a Dharmendra Rai original one. I don't think anybody thought this up, so that goes to your creativity, and which is the whole idea of putting something on a social media um, post, and then whether it's on Facebook or LinkedIn, whatever. But if they want to get more information about that great thing that you're talking about, they have to comment yes. I mean, I say comment yes. I know yours is a little different, but we'll talk about yours in a bit. But I say yes, and then people type yes, and many people like it. But I only give the information to the people who say yes, and then I give them the information privately to their inbox, and I send them the valuable contents, pearls, and stuff like that. And then I comment saying, you go check your inbox, you got it there. Then suddenly somebody sees that and say, hey, I also want this stuff. What the hell? Yes. And then they go and then I post it to everybody. Then slowly the people who've liked it is also saying, yes, 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 give it to me. I want it. So it's really great and it wonders. It works wonders. Uh, I'd like you to even talk about what it is that you use. I use the word yes. Comment yes for more information. What is it that you use? And I've not seen anybody do this, but it's a very powerful strategy. So, tell me more about what it is you use and how did you come up with this idea? And what is social proof in general for the people who are listening?
Yeah, plenty of people just want to stay below the radar. They want to stick to safe stuff. If a person in a company never has any great ideas, he will not be respected, but he won't be abused either. So he's happy. Whereas if you think of crazy ideas and it goes wrong, people will always refer to that person as he'll be known by his failure. That's unfortunately the way the human mind works. So people don't want to do anything new, which is great because people who want to do something new, they get rewarded. So that's why probably nobody else has done this. They just give out something. Let's say if it's a video or it's an ebook, they just give it out. Here's the link, you can click it. So maybe some people who are really eager will click it, but that's not a great strategy. So if you're saying that I have this great video on this concept which has helped people make billions of dollars. If you want it, comment in the comment section. Now that will give you 100 times better response because lots of strategies. First of all, a person commenting yes now is in that commitment and consistency thing. Now he's waiting eagerly for your mail. Every mail that comes, he thinks it's your mail, your mail, your mail. So you're like cocaine to him now. So that's there. And plenty of other people, suppose you just have a link. And I'm seeing this after 24 hours. I don't know how many people have clicked on that link. But if 20 people have commented yes, and plenty of people will not even count 20. They might visually just look at it and assume, oh, 30, 40, maybe 100 people have commented. This is like a large number of people have commented. And then they will just comment without even reading what you're offering. This is read, oh, this guy said yes, please send it in my email. Maybe somebody's written that. So, oh yeah, okay, you get something in email. Just so even he'll just go in and press yes. So that's utilizing social proof here. You're not just rationally talking about a product's benefits. You're saying so many people are after my product. And the shortcut thinking goes, if so many people are commenting, if so many people are buying, if so many people are inquiring, it must be a good product. So I should buy. That's the way people think. So this is so simple to use. And many people don't do it. And they go and spend 10 lakhs on search engine optimization rather than using these strategies which are virtually for free. So I put out a post a long time ago saying that there is this big well-known statistic that 55% of communication is body language, 38% is tonality, and 7% is words, which is rubbish. it's attributed to a guy called Mehrabian, who was a psychologist. And that psychologist himself is embarrassed that people think I've said this. But the internet is full of literate fools. So they put all this. So I put a post saying, this is absolute rubbish. It's bullshit. And if you want to know what the truth is, comment mind map it. So when they comment mind map it, mind map term is getting popular.
But why mind mapping? You're making people type mind mapping.
Yeah.
What is that all about?
First of all, people who don't know what a mind map is, they may be curious to know what a mind map is, which is helping my branding. And it just shows how powerful it is, right? It's literally like the person has become a slave. He is willing to literally type mind map it. He might think this is such a degrading thing. This guy, instead of giving it to me, is making me type mind map it. In spite of that, he's doing it. So it just shows how powerful the strategy is. You can enslave people with these strategies. It's that powerful. I just, for the life of me, I can't understand how more people are not into it, because it's spending nothing and getting such a huge response. It's amazing. It's magic. The strategy of social proof is just keep talking about large numbers related to your product, provided those large numbers are there. And there's always something you can talk about. You can talk about your sales. You can talk about your number of clients. You can talk about the number of videos you have in your YouTube channel. You can talk about the number of views that you have on your YouTube channel. You can talk about the number of seminars you've done. You can talk about the number of testimonials you have. Just keep on showing some symbol of a large number of people being attracted towards you. That has a huge, huge impact.
No. So when you said, show people how many YouTube videos they had, I'm not sure. You're saying just say that I have so many views on my YouTube channel, and then that becomes social proof. So this is just a statement. This is not the comment example.
Yeah. So comment is creating social proof there and then. Like people are seeing 20 people are commenting, so you've created social proof there and then. But
Right.
you already have a number ready. So I have, in the next 1 week, I'm going to mention that I have 152,000 views on my YouTube channel. And that is very impressive, at least for the trading fraternity. It's not impressive for film stars, maybe, or for stand-up comics. Those guys get, on one video, they'll get 5 million views. Here is an entire channel which has only 150,000 views, but for an educator or a trainer or a consultant, it is a very, very big number. So that tends to impress people, and then they tend to think, if this guy's got so many views, let's go and check it out.
Great. Fabulous concept. So just keep sharing numbers is what you're saying, whether it's your YouTube channel views or the number of webinars you've done. I know that's one.
Number of clients.
Okay. So if you show that number all the time, then the social proof kicks in, so that people see that is obviously, if so many people have done it, then we should do that also.
Yeah.
I remember that you used to normally talk about a particular example about this, person saying, if operators are busy,
Yeah.
Can you share that story? I think it's a very powerful story. It makes a lot of sense in the area of social proof.
And there was a health brand called Nautilus. They wanted to, they do a lot of infomercials. The infomercials are very effective if they're done properly. So an infomercial will show some people using an existing product and they're totally fed up with it. You'll never actually get so many people hating such a product, but they'll show people just hating that product. If a person is shaving, he'll shave like, I hate shaving. Nobody shaves like this, and no, you really don't have such bad blades where you're really complaining so much. But they show you that, and then they show you a solution, and then there's a call to action line. It says, okay, within the next 24 hours, call on this number and we give you a discount. So the call to action line was, operators are waiting, please call now. at the end of this Nautilus infomercial. And there was a copywriter called Colleen Zott. She just changed it to, if operators are busy, please call again. Now, this is very strong proof that rational thinking is a big liability when it comes to doing business. Some of the time, you have to use rational thinking, and sometimes you have to not use rational thinking. But people who use rational thinking, they think they need to use it everywhere. So rationally, you would say that this is a nonsense line, because people will be just put off, because they will say, you're so arrogant, you expect us to call you back. You should have a mechanism to track our number and you should call us back. But it says, if operators are busy, please call again. So they clearly don't understand how people's brains think, because the person, when he hears operators are waiting, please call now, an immediate picture props up in that person's mind. And he imagines that all the tele executives are just sitting around. One lady is filing her nails, one guy is eating a hamburger, and they're discussing kal kaun sa picture dekha and all that. They're just imagining that. Right? Operators are waiting, right? Please call now. They're waiting. They've got nothing else to do because nothing's happening. When that changes to, if operators are busy, please call again, they imagine that, oh my gosh, phone, the noise doesn't stop. And everybody is going, yak, 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 yes, your product is being delivered. How many 100 pieces? Yeah, sure. So then he feels that so many people think it's a good product, so it must be a good product, and hence I should get into that. So that's an example of social proof. But again, you've got to be very careful. You've got to be truthful, and you've got to not talk about what behaviors you don't want people to do. So if you're going to focus too much on the product that a person is not supposed to use, okay, maybe you want to show that that product is shit product and the person is using it. Get over that point very fast. If you're going to show that for a long time, people will think, oh yeah, I haven't tried this product. I know this guy's saying it's a bad thing, but let me try this product. So that is called negative social proof. You're showing a lot of people using that product. They might think it's a bad product, but still you're showing a lot of people using it. So that can have exactly the opposite impact. And there was a big campaign in the US where there is a tourism locality, and they want to send a message that people should not litter. They showed people littering, and they showed a Red Indian. That area was probably known for Red Indians' heritage and history and all that. So they showed an image of a Red Indian looking at a lot of garbage, because people are throwing garbage on the streets, and they showed him crying. Right? So they were trying to appeal emotionally to people, saying that, look, you're going to a place because of the Red Indian culture, and you're making the Red Indian cry. So you shouldn't litter. Now, it had exactly the opposite impact. More people started littering, because they're saying, oh, it's so many people litter, right? So what's wrong if I litter? So that's called negative social proof. Don't show a person a behavior and tell him, don't follow this behavior. Show him what he should do instead. That's much more powerful. Unless you're using a different strategy and that strategy is done properly. So the fear strategy, if it's done properly, can work. You showed me that, but I'm so scared to do it but littering is not going to kill you. So person thinks, yeah, littering, oh, so many people do it. I've forgotten the message. All I've remembered is it's okay to litter because so many people are doing it. So I will litter. So you got to be careful of using social proof and avoiding negative social proof. So if you want people to make websites for them, so many people all over the world, so many people in the last 1 month have made their personal websites. Don't tell them so many people have not made the websites and they're losing out. If that fear element is not strong enough, people will say, so many people have not made websites, right? So I have good company. So use social proof and avoid negative social proof. And social proof is one of the most powerful strategies. I'm sure Each and every Fortune 500 company has used social proof in some communication or the other. Google has used it. I have videos to show it. Apple's used it. They keep talking about how many iOS devices they've sold, how many iPhones they've sold. Google keeps on boasting about how many active monthly users there are for apps. I think in one of the presentations, Google showed 7 app icons on the screen. I said all these 7 apps. Obviously, Gmail would be there, YouTube would be there, and some other apps will be there. And they said each and every one of these apps has at least 1 million active users. So every company uses social proof, and it works more in India than in other countries where the collective culture is much lesser than in India. So in Asian cultures are more collective cultures than say US and UK. There are more individualistic cultures, but it still works there. But it's more powerful here because here people tend to be much more influenced by what other people think. In India, Italy, Japan, China, in these countries, social proof is much, much more powerful. So
tell me one thing. In all of these, have they done case studies where, like, before they use social proof and after they use social proof, did they see a rise? And what's that kind of jump that people usually see?
see, they keep on doing A/B testing, and now A/B testing is very easy to do. In fact, one of the travel companies, I forgot the name, does something like quadrillion. They have a quadrillion different websites. Okay, some people will have 2 or 3 different websites, and they'll try to see which website gets more traffic, which is easy to use. This has quadrillion websites. Quadrillion is, I think it's a million. So it's 1,000 trillion websites. And they're always checking, okay, which strategy works where. So compared to that, social proof is definitely a very powerful strategy. Now, I don't know what they've compared it against, we don't know, but then you should use it anyway because the strategy has worked very, very well. You read books by behavioral economists like Daniel Kahneman, Richard Thaler, and Dan Ariely. At the end, you will find resources to lots of research reports which show you how powerful these strategies are. And plenty of times people do A/B testing. So they have a group which is exposed to a certain stimulus and a group which is exposed to a different stimulus. And they find out which strategy works better, which ads work better. So social proof is one of the most powerful behavioral economist strategies or strategies of influence ever.
Great, as usual. We come up with some amazing stuff that hopefully people will enjoy watching. And again, there are more videos coming up, so stay tuned. For those of you that have liked this video, please go ahead and like, click share, and then if you're on YouTube, you can even subscribe. When you subscribe, don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you can get notified of the next video.
Because you already have a large number of subscribers.
There you go. There's the social proof and his ability to bring in those points every time, even at the end of the video. See you in the next video.
Okay.